I'm ready for it to be over. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crissy and this is my cozy corner. Although it's not been too cozy lately because my bookshelves have been getting a little messy, but in this video I'm going to be reorganizing my bookshelves and giving you a bookshelf and room tour. So I got up really early this morning, like 7 o'clock, and I normally like to sleep in on the weekends till at least 9 or 10, but you know what they say, the early bird, well, takes a nap later. But anyway, so I got up early to straighten up. That way I had room to actually take my books off and put them somewhere. So come along with me and let's see how this turns out. Also, I'm going to be getting rid of some books and probably put them in a giveaway because there is some books that I've read once, gently used, or maybe DNF'd, or they've been on my shelf for so long and I've decided I'm just like no longer interested in them. So I'll also go over some of those books that I decided to give away. Yeah, so let's go get started. One of the biggest problems I'm having is the fact that when I love something, I have to have like multiple copies of it. So From Blood and Ash used to be one of my favorite series. I still like it. I recently did a reread of it, but anyways, that's a whole separate conversation. And I have like all of them in sprayed edges except for the most recent prequel book that came out. And I have Throne of Glass and ACOTAR in many different copies. So it's trying to fit those all on the same shelves. Speaking of having too many editions of one thing, going back to ACOTAR, I just recently bought the Acrylics version of ACOTAR. It's like the artsy version of that in Crescent City, and I'm gonna get the Throne of Glass one, so I do have to make room on my Sarah J Maas shelf here. So yeah, let's actually get started on that because I'm taking a little bit too long. Hi, hubby.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, I need to have a plan. So my plan is, I think for this shelf, I'm just gonna start pulling off books that I am gonna get rid of. And then I think I definitely need to take all the books off of this shelf because the shelf is leaning and I need to figure out that situation there. But I still wanna go ABC order by genre. So all my fantasy books are on those shelves I just took off. And then my Sarah J Maas books go on this shelf here. All right, I fixed my shelf and here is what we got going on here. All right, so I have a box here and I'm gonna start loading this up with some books, and I definitely want to, like I said, do a giveaway or give them to somebody who's gonna actually read them. Some of these books haven't been read, or some have been read one time, barely used. I keep my books in really good condition. None of them are annotated or anything like that, so no annotations there. All right, so let's see. Ooh, if you watched my last video, my husband picked books for me to read in the month of November, so I'm actually gonna set these aside. I think I'm gonna put them on this little table. So we're gonna put them on that table so they're out of the way. Okay, so some of these books I'm finding on Kindle Unlimited because I got a Kindle for my, I think it was my birthday last year, and I bought these books before then, so I'm gonna, I think, start getting rid of some of those. Like, oh, the Elements are not on Kindle Unlimited, but the fine print and Love Redesigned are on Kindle Unlimited, so I think I'm gonna put those in the pile. I will say I read the first one in this series and I didn't care for it. I think it was this one, The Air He Breathes. But I heard the third one is so good, so I think I'm gonna hold on to the series and see it. I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna see it through. So what is this series called? Let's see. The Element series. The Element series, so it's the air he breathes, which I felt was like going well and was a little cheesy. And then it's supposed to be the fire between high and low. And then the Silent Waters is supposed to be really good. And then the Gravity of Us. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them because, like I said, the first one would have been good if some really cheesy thing didn't happen. Okay, so I have been thinking about getting rid of all my Colleen Hoover books. I don't know, I just feel like I read her books years ago at a time where I just needed something quick and easy and just palette cleansers and stuff like that. But the more books I've read over the years, I just feel like obviously there's so many better books out there, but I'm really hesitant to get rid of them because I have so many of them. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But see, okay, I found more Colleen Hoover books. And I'm like, just like, I really didn't like this book. And I hate to like shade authors at all. But I really didn't like this one. Obviously, I have a lot of her books. So, you know, I was enjoying them at a time. Some of them at a time. But I'm like, do I keep them all? Do I keep some of the ones that I enjoyed more? I have no idea. And another one, like, I really didn't. This one was like, ooh, everybody loved this one at a time. Around the time that I read it, this one was like all over TikTok. And I remember reading it being like, I think I gave it 2 stars. I didn't, and then, I don't know, this one too, I'm just like, do I keep these books I didn't like? Do I, just because of the collection? I don't know. I think we're just gonna put this off to the side. Because I done turn these to where they were all horizontal flat on top of each other, and then I found more of them. I don't know. On this shelf, we have our Emily Henry. I have the special edition of Beach Read. Of course, this one needs to be flipped. It's gorgeous. Okay. Okay, so I solved my Colleen dilemma. All right, so this is my little side table when you walk into my library room, and let me explain just real quick. Okay, so my dilemma was there's so many Colleen books and they were taking up so much shelf space that I could be using for books that I love, books that I want to reread, books that I am going to read, I'm interested in reading, and that's not really where I'm at. But because I have all of her books, I don't feel like I'm ready to get rid of them, even though I'm like not obsessed with them. So I thought it would make it like a little decoration on my shelf as like a book decoration. So that's kind of what I decided to do there. If I change my mind, I will let you know. So yeah, let's continue trying to figure out this shelf situation over here. Over here, I'm trying to, I think I decided I wanted to do a literary fiction shelf. I also want to do like a classic shelf. So I kind of just like threw some books over there. I also did my literary fiction section, and then I have a classic section, and now I'm going to do my thriller murder mystery section. So let's go ahead and do that. And I have already sorted the books by like last name author already, so it's gonna make it a lot easier. Oh man, I've had this so long on my shelf, but I am very still much interested in this series. I know it's like 5, or I don't know, it's a bunch of books, and I'm pretty sure it's on Kindle Unlimited, but I really do like this cover. It's so like gothic, and like I just love it. And I think they're all compiled into this big book right here, but I'm still very much interested in this one. I will keep this on my shelf. All right. I do have a big box to show you guys of what I didn't keep though, so stay tuned for that. All right. Okay, so do you think the Da Vinci Code, like the whole series, I mean, they can be standalones, The Lost Symbol, and then there's one more, Angels and Demons. I don't know why I don't have that one, but I feel like, and I have read the Da Vinci Code, so I feel like this is going to be considered a classic one day, so I think I'm going to put it with classics. So we're going to go back to this one. I think I'm going to put that up here. I think it is would be mystery, but I think it's definitely going to be considered a classic, and I think some people do consider it a classic. So I do have 2 nonfiction books, and I think I'm going to put them with literary fiction because literary fiction is like very realistic. So we're going to find a place for that here because there's only 2 of them. They can't get their own shelf. They absolutely cannot. I know. What is the new thing that the Gen Zs do? Okay, so this was the millennial heart right here, which makes way more sense because it hurts my fingers to do the other one. Maybe they're just more talented. How do they do it? How do they do it? How do they do it? Okay, so now it's time to do my Sarah J Maas shelves right here. I'm gonna keep a couple spaces blank for those special editions. I have to decide where I want to put those. I'm just gonna insert a picture of them when I show you guys the shelf. So I'm gonna gather up my Sarah J Maas books. I think I'm gonna have to move this one up to fit everything because I have so many editions. It's ridiculous. I'm sure other people will have more than I do. And if you're one of those people, comment down below and tell me what editions you have because I might need to get them. Okay, so I'm gonna put my special edition one right there, the Acrylics one. But since I don't have it, that one's gonna be left blank. And we are gonna move on to Throne of Glass. Okay, so we have our Dominique Wesson dust jackets, and then we have the original paperbacks, and then the new paperbacks for ACOTAR. Here is gonna be the Acrylics special art edition. And then we have our original covers of Throne of Glass and the new ones, which I will need to get the rest of those. And then in this one, we're going to have the Acrylics versions of Crescent City. And then here at the bottom, we have hardcover of Crescent City and paperback. I just need House of Flame and Shadow paperback whenever that comes out. If it's already out, I have not picked it up. I don't think so, though. Okay, I'm really excited because we're on the last section, but it is the biggest section. That's my fantasy romantasy section. Besides the Sarah J Maas shelves that I showed you, this is just all the rest of them. I know JLA is first, so we're going to go ahead and grab those. I have paperbacks that are annotated, and then I have some sprayed edges for the hardback covers. So I'm going to figure out which ones I want to put. Probably the sprayed edges first. So, all right. Okay, so I ordered them in ABC order, so it's easier when I go to put them on the shelves. All right, and that series, the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, I didn't love. I didn't finish it. I DNF'd the rest of the series, so I think that's gonna go in the box to give it away to somebody. I cleared my TBR cart because I needed to make sure these books had a place on the shelf, and then I'm gonna put some of the books back up there. And I forgot all about Alex Astor, and I did order her second book and third book. I pre-ordered it. I haven't read that one yet, so I'm gonna have her books up there because I am pretty sure I'm gonna like them. All right, here we go. Okay, this is literally one of my most anticipated series like ever. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I just think because so many people keep comparing it to Throne of Glass, or if you're in like a fantasy hangover, that it's like that good. And it's making me a little nervous about that. I know it starts with A Daughter of No Worlds, then it's supposed to be, I think, The Children of Fallen Gods after that. And then Mother of Death and Dawn. I mean, this looks like this could be an epic series for me, so I'm gonna prioritize that. It's gonna be on my TBR cart, but I definitely need to make sure there is shelf room for it. I don't want to just do all my shelves and then forget to put this up here or leave room for it. So we're gonna put it up here, and then I'm gonna take the first book off and stick it on my cart. So we'll just put it up here for now. And she does have another series that I'm super interested in. You've probably heard of it. You've probably read it. Serpent and the Wings of Night. I am late to the game. I don't know why when stuff gets hyped up, I stay away from it for a little bit. Actually, Fourth Wing, though. I got on that one pretty quickly. Here we go. Another series that I keep hearing great things about, and it sounds right up my alley, that I still haven't read. So, another one I need to prioritize pretty soon. I've heard nothing but good things, really, about it. I think this is the order, and there's 3 more. I think this is like the original trilogy, and then they kind of like Shatter Me, I believe, would probably be the best comparison. But Shatter Me had like an original, I think 3 or 4, and then she did more books after that. And maybe the last book did come out. I don't think it has, but the quality of the covers, like I can't bring myself to get rid of this. Look at the quality. I mean, this gothic feel, oh, I love it. I know this is so simple of me, but I can't bring myself to get rid of them. They're so nice. And I did like the first book, but I will say the second one, even though it's my favorite cover, it was just smut after smut after smut, and I like a good spicy scene. But I get bored when it's like every 2 pages. It was a lot. And the third one was better, but I feel like, I think what happened since I think I read them back to back, and what happened was I was so let down by this one that I just didn't have a good attitude going into this one. So I am going to reread I think I'm going to reread them and have a better attitude on this one and finish the series out, because I think the last book is supposed to be coming out or is out. So I recently ordered the Owl Crate special edition of Spectacular, which is going to be the 4th book of the Caraval series. I mean, it ended in finale, but I don't know if it's like a Christmas special. I don't know. I'm going to buy anything she writes. So I bought that. It's so beautiful, but they're all in like Christmas outfits, and I think there's like artwork when you open up the cover. So I got to leave some room for that. Oh my goodness, I went and did all of that and forgot all of Cassandra Clare's books. I'm ready for it to be over. This is so me. This is exactly something I would do. Well, I'm gonna add those, and I'm gonna finish the rest of this shelf, and I'll be right back. I'm feeling good about it, but I'm feeling pretty tired, and I'm just gonna quickly get the rest of these books that are on the ground. It still looks like too much to fit, but I'm gonna try to work it out. And tomorrow we'll put some more decor on, and I definitely want to start switching out some of my fall stuff. So all right, so here is the box of books that I'm getting rid of. I'm also gonna start switching over to some Christmas decor and add some new fantasy decor that I got over here. I'm super excited about. Look, the surreal, sort of, close enough. All right. We got a Valaris pillow. All right, and then I have some Christmas decorations right here. So yeah, let's get started on this. I have this garland right here that I want to put up on this side because I have so many books up there on this other side. Okay, so I'm gonna fix that garland in just a minute, but I wanna somehow incorporate this Valaris pillow that I got on Amazon. It only comes with the pillow cover, so you would have to get like the insert for it. But yeah, so let's see how I can put that up there. I have a couple of Agatar items to put over here on these shelves. So I have Pharaoh's crown, and then I have the surreal and the drawers that Pharaoh painted right here. Right, so here is my TBR cart. Right now is pretty clear because I put a lot of the stuff on the shelves and I will move it back later. Okay, and then we have just this cute little side end table. I have the books that I have to read this month for the month of November right there in the middle, and then those are those Colleen books that I kind of flipped around to make sort of a decoration. Okay, oh, and this is just my desk. Not the fun stuff, not the fun stuff. So we will start over here. All right, I'm gonna show you first the decor and then I'll show you how I organize my books. So here we have some fantasy books and some Christmas decorations. Then I have my Valaris pillow and the Death by TBR sign. And then I put my TBR jar right here. Over here, I just have a cute little like homey decoration, and on top, this was an apple that my husband got me when I got my master's degree, and it just says congratulations on your master's degree when I was becoming a teacher. So I keep that there. Then my favorite look, we have the Pharaoh crown, and then of course the drawer and the surreal just hanging out over here. And then right here, I'm gonna have my Acrylics version of Agatar, so I'll insert an image of that. They haven't came in the mail yet. And then I'll have the Acrylics version of Crescent City there. Again, I will insert an image because they have not come in the mail. Down here, I have a box full of bookmarks, and I just put like a little plant, faux plant on top of it. Little Christmas jazz right here in front of the Witcher. And I love this dragon. He's so cute. Put a little dragon in between those books there. I have a vase at the top. Added a cute little stocking and a little gothic flower decoration. Got my Castile and Poppy candle. And then we love Jax, so I had to put this apple beside the Ballad of Never After. And that is the finished product of my library. All right, now the last thing, I'm gonna show you all the books I am getting rid of. So here is all of them. And I am gonna just do a quick show you and show and dump. We're gonna start with fantasy because that is the smallest section. So I'm gonna get rid of the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series. The first one was okay, so I don't think I'm gonna read the rest. I really hope I'm not making a bad decision by getting rid of these. Okay, so the next one is the Bonds That Tie because they have them on Kindle Unlimited and I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. So I bought them before I got a Kindle. Her Soul to Take, this one is on Kindle Unlimited and it's a series, so I think I can save money by not investing any more into that. Crave, another one that's on Kindle Unlimited. That's a long series that I can read. I'm still interested in reading this one. All right, that's all that I have for fantasy. So let's do a smaller section. That's gonna be literary fiction. The Husbands I read for a book club and it was okay. And Adelaide I had high expectations for. I love the cover, but I just like, it was okay. It was okay. Brandy and Zoe I read from our Reading Like Rory Gilmore and it was okay. And the next one is a graphic novel. And it's Pumpkinheads, and I really did like this. It was really cute, but I'm never gonna read it again, and I actually do wanna read more by this author though. So the next category is going to be smutty or dark romance. Some are dark romance, and some are just like the smutty ones, and I haven't read some of them. That's just what I heard about these books. Now, a lot of them are Penelope Douglas, and they're on Kindle Unlimited, but also they're sitting on my shelf, and I just feel myself less interested in them as they sit there. So Punk 57, we're going to get rid of that one. Birthday Girl, I'm still interested in reading this, but not too interested. Misconduct, all these are by Penelope Douglas. Been sitting on my shelf for years, way too long. And then the like Corrupt series, this is like a whole big series. Again, a whole big series that I don't even know if I'm gonna like that is on Kindle Unlimited. So instead of purchasing all these books to take up shelf room, I am going to save money, save shelf room, and just read them on Kindle Unlimited, even though I wasted money on the first two, but that's okay. Next one is Credence. I hear some crazy things about this one, but I still want to read it, but I'm just like not super interested right now. Desperate Measures, my best friend read this one and she was like, no. So I was like, all right, well then I believe you. The Doctor, another one that I just feel like I'm not a super smutty reader. Like I'm fine with spice. That's great. Love it. But like I like plot and I'm sure it's a good palate cleanser, but maybe one day. I think it's on Kindle Unlimited. The next one is Lilac. Same thing with this one. It's supposed to be like super smutty and it's quite long for a super smutty book. So I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna read that one. All right, and the Cat and Mouse Duet. Read this one, thought it was okay. Does it hurt? I don't think I'm gonna read it, and if I do, it's on Kindle Unlimited. All right, so the next one I am breaking up with an author, and that's gonna be Ali Hazelwood. I haven't vibed with any of the books, but that's okay. She is still a wonderful author. It's just maybe not for me. Christmas Romance, haven't read it. It's been sitting on my shelf for years. Things We Never Got Over, it's a whole series. I only own the first one. I'm gonna read them on Kindle Unlimited. So Lucy Score is all up on Kindle Unlimited. Gonna save money because if I like it and I want to keep reading her books, I will have no room on my shelves. Twisted Love, read it, wasn't for me. Angelica Frankenstein, lost interest in reading it, didn't really care for The Hating Game by the same author. I just need to make room on my shelf. All right, so I'm also breaking up with Tessa Bailey. Haven't vibed with any of her books except for It Happened One Summer. But hopefully maybe she'll write another book and maybe it'll give me the same feels as that. Maybe I'll go back to her. I don't ever completely hang my hat on an author, but for now, I haven't read these ones, but I just don't see myself reaching for them, and I think that they deserve to be on somebody else's shelf that's gonna read them. Lauren Asher books, they're on Kindle Unlimited. There's so many of them. I only own 2, so it's gonna take up way too much room. To Love Jason Thorne and To Hate Adam Connor. I tried to read To Love Jason Thorne, another one I couldn't get into, so I think I'm going to give these up. Now we're gonna look at a couple thrillers that I'm going to get rid of, and the first one is going to be The Inmate. Frida McFadden and I are breaking up. I've read at least 4 or 5 books by her, but coincidentally enough, I haven't read The Housemaid, and that's supposed to be the best one, but I haven't loved any of the ones I read. This one is in that bunch that I haven't loved, so. All right, The Phantom Prince. It is actually a non-fiction from the point of view of Ted Bundy's then girlfriend when he was committing the murders. It's a fun read, but I don't see myself going back for it. All right, some thrillers that I'm getting rid of, and I've read all of them, and I either didn't love them or they were just okay, and that's going to be How to Survive My Murder, Confessions, The Silent Patient. This one was fine. None of This Is True. Another one that was fine, but I'm never going to reread it. The last thing he told me I really liked until the end, Local Woman Missing. It was just outlandish. What happens in it, I don't want to give anything away, is so outlandish that I'm like, every time I see it, I'm like, All right, so there is the books that I am going to be getting rid of, whether I do it in a giveaway or give them to somebody else who wants to read them. They're going to someone who's going to give them more love than I can. But anyway, that is all I have for you. So there are my bookshelves, my new bookshelves. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this ride. It was a lot of work, but it was must needed. So I post videos every Sundays. I do hope to see you next time because I'm having so much fun making new friends, talking about books, and just sharing my love and others sharing their love back for books. So I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.